My golden child sister always thought she was better than me because of her looks. So when she got older and they faded, she was so jealous of the life I built. She tried to ruin it by slandering me at work. So I turned the tables and made her publicly beg for forgiveness. Growing up, my sister Samantha was the pretty one out of us two, and I was always happy that this was the case, because good looks is the only thing she had going for her. She was ugly on the inside. She always said she was better than me, flaunting how much prettier she is and how much more boys are interested in her. Our mom even told her she'd marry rich and be the more successful sister, making Samantha an egomaniac. It was clear I was second to Samantha in my parents' eyes, and call me crazy, but I loved it, because even back then, at just 15 years old, I knew that the way they treated me because I wasn't aesthetically blessed would only push me to work harder and hopefully make them proud. And I was right. I got an academic scholarship and moved out at 18. This was when the rift between me and Samantha formed. She claimed I thought I was too good for our family with my fancy scholarship, and actually persuaded my parents into thinking the same. It hurt a lot going low contact with them, especially with how I always wanted to prove myself to them, but they forced my hand. Fast forward 10 years. I was finally successful, dating a great guy, working at a high-end marketing firm, and that was when I made the biggest mistake of my life. I thought my family would approve of me. I made plans to see them again, and over text they sounded excited. I was excited too. I pulled into my parents' driveway in a car that I bought with my own money, with James next to me. I looked confident on the outside, but inside I was nervous. I had not been home in a long time. I walked in, and it felt like almost nothing had changed, but somehow everything had. Samantha was still there, 31 now, lying on the couch with a magazine in her hand like she didn't care I had just walked in. She looked tired, still beautiful, but her looks were fading. Her hair was dry and overprocessed, and her makeup was heavy. My parents greeted James and me, and their smiles were tight. At lunch, it got weird. Samantha barely said a word at first, and when she finally did, it was to talk about a high school modeling competition she won over a decade ago. My parents cheered her on like they used to. By evening, the energy in the house was awful. Samantha kept throwing digs at me, flat out telling me, "I'm still prettier than you, and that's all that matters." She brought up how I once tripped during a school recital, and the whole room laughed at me. My parents chuckled along awkwardly. James kept giving me reassuring touches under the table. My patience was thinning. Later that night, I found Samantha alone in the kitchen. She was standing by the window, staring at her reflection, almost tearing up. I took a deep breath and did something I had been thinking about since I decided to come home. I offered her a job. I told her that my firm had a new marketing division opening, and I had pulled some strings to create a spot that I thought she would be perfect for. It came with a place to live, classes to help her sharpen her skills, and real chances to build a career. I said it gently. I made sure she knew it was coming from a place of wanting her to have something better. At first, she just blinked at me. I thought maybe she was shocked. Maybe she would cry. Maybe she would hug me. But then her face changed. She looked furious. "You think you're better than me?" she yelled. I was taken aback. That's when she started. She said I was still the awkward, forgettable, ugly sister underneath it all. She said James would leave me the second someone prettier came along. Her voice shook from rage. Deep down I wanted to, but for the first time in my life, I did not back down. I told her calmly that she had every opportunity handed to her on a silver platter, and she had wasted it. I said she spent her life relying on her looks. I said that if she was lonely and struggling now, it was not because the world was unfair. It was because she had never bothered to invest in anything that would last longer than her beauty. I could feel the air go dead around us. I could see her chest heaving, her hands clenched into fists. When I finished, I noticed my parents standing in the doorway. They had heard everything.